Assalamu alaikum, my dear students. So in our previous lecture we were discussing the pancreas, and we already discussed its structure and function, that what hormones does it produce and what are their role. We don't have to go in detail. So whatever the gland we are discussing, we are saying its structure, its function, its hormonal secretion, and the disorder and the disease related to that gland. So now when we know that insulin maintain the blood glucose level as it is secreted by the pancreas, and the main cells, that is the islets of Langerhans, they secrete insulin to maintain the blood glucose level. Now here a disorder developed, that is the diabetes mellitus. So now we will see that what is diabetes mellitus. So the organ that is just present behind our stomach, pancreas, it produces the insulin, and that insulin helps to use the body sugar, that is the glucose, for the energy. That's why it maintains the blood glucose level. So diabetes mellitus basically is a disease that prevents our body from using the energy from the food that we eat. We know that whatever we are taking, it is converting to produce the energy, and that is being used by our body. Now here the question arises that how the body uses food for energy. To better understand diabetes, we will gonna see that how body use the food for the energy, that is the process of metabolism. As we know, our body is made up of millions and trillions of cells. To make energy, cells need food in a very simple form, and whatever we are taking, it is going to convert into the simpler form. Then from the simpler form, it is broken down into simpler sugar, that is the glucose. And this glucose in return provides the energy to our body that needs for the daily activities. And all the activities, metabolism, it's occurring in a fluid, that is the major part of the fluid that is circulating in our body is the blood. So the blood vessels and blood are the highways that transport sugar from where it is taken in or manufactured, like taken in the stomach or manufactured in the liver, to the cell where it has to be used. Where it is using by the muscles, by the organs, and it is storing in the form of fat. Now this sugar is not able to go into the cells by itself. So the pancreas releases insulin into the blood, which serve as the helper that lets the sugar into the cells for use as the energy. When this sugar leaves the bloodstream and enters the cells, the blood glucose sugar level is lowered. Without insulin, the key sugar cannot get into the body cells for use as the energy. This causes sugar to rise. And this rise in the blood sugar level because the pancreas is also not producing the sugar, and it is also not being transferred to the cell for producing the energy. So eventually the blood glucose level will rise, and the condition develops that is known as the diabetes mellitus. Now we will see its symptoms, as we already discussed its causative agent and its treatment. Causative agents are like maybe it will be a family history or injury to the pancreas because of some infection or tumor. It is also a age factor disease, and stress also related to it, and autoimmune diseases. So these all are the risk factor that may increase the chance of getting the diabetes mellitus. Smoking is also involved in it, high blood pressure, and being overweight. The symptoms diabetes mellitus patient is going to have increased thirst, increased hunger, dry mouth, frequent urination, and unexplained weight loss. There are other symptoms too that might vary from the person to the person. That is the tiredness, weakness, blurred vision, numbness or tingling in the hands, dry, itchy skin, or the wounds may get slowly healed. What are the sores or the wounds, cuts? They will heal slowly. So there are some early symptoms, and the late symptoms are also, and many complications develop that we have already discussed: numbness and coronary heart diseases, and so on, and etc. So now we see the treatment of the diabetes mellitus. First of all, the people suffering from the diabetes must take the responsibility from day-to-day care. What this includes, they have to monitor their blood glucose level daily, and they have to keep an eye on their diet, that whatever they are taking, they must stop to take the high levels of sugar in their food. They should maintain the physical activity, keeping their weight under control, and also the stress management should be done. This is the responsibility of that patient. And the main treatment that diabetes mellitus patients go through is the injections, and insulin injections are given to the patients to regulate their blood glucose level in the blood. So insulin is the important therapy for diabetes mellitus. So here our lecture comes to an end. Thank you and Allah Hafiz. Like, share and subscribe my channel.